It is finally over, man. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Radio Nation Live. I'm your host, Lo. Coach Gravy and Gabe ain't gonna be able to make it, but finally, this fucking season is over. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. Make sure everything's good right now. Checking all the levels and everything, man. First off, thank you guys for kind of sticking around throughout all the downtime and everything like that, man. It was pretty hard for us to actually come on and sit back and talk about such a horrendous season, horrendous players. But now it's over. I don't want to harp on it or just sit back and be on this, train of whatever. It's over. Now, throughout the course of the season, if you actually look at everything, man, through the bad and the Pete Carrolls and all that stuff, we're going to get into it and stuff, but it's kind of weird for me to actually turn around and say, I'm glad that we have the number one overall pick, but dude, seriously, we're basically the worst team in the NFL, and the way it's all working out and shaping up, we got it looks like, and it's probably a good 99% sure that we are going to draft the number one player, which is Fernando Mendoza, coming out of Indiana, man. It's great, bro. I just finished watching the game. You know what I mean? We end on a winning streak, which is a winning game. We had I think we lost 10 in a row or something like that. Probably even longer than that. So for me, bro, it was hard watching these games, man. I was even talking to some of the boys and stuff like that. I would be watching by halftime. I was done. Basically, like everybody else here in the chat and in the nation, man. I shout out to all the diehard players that fans that went out to Allegiant Stadium this year. It was bad, man. If you look inside the crowd, you seen everything, bro. There was Raider fans there, and a lot of them. Shout out to Josh the Goat, Small Raider, all these different content creators that were still giving us stuff. Joe Morley, shout out Leo and everybody. Shout out Europe. There's a lot of content creators that was actually still putting in the work, but it was really, really hard this season to actually sit down and do all this stuff. But now the season's over. It's finally over. The fucking nightmare season is done. I'm fucking happy, and it looks like we're getting Mendoza as the number one overall pick, man. Yeah, man. Hopefully, everybody, welcome to the new year. It's 2026. We're only 4 days in, and I'm ready for 27 already, because I'm kind of excited because our whole new team, our team's gonna look a lot newer. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. Let me get to the chat real quick, and then we'll just chop it up. I'm only gonna be here for maybe about an hour because, like I said, Gravy's out of town. Gabe has some stuff going on, so prayers out to Gabe, and shout out Gabe, and also shout out Gravy. We will be back here coming up shortly. So let me get into it real quick. Sicko, first person in the building. What up? Says, so do we still have the number one pick, or did we just fuck our future up again? Still fuck the Queefs? Nah. We got the number one pick because Giants won. They basically, if they would have lost and we would have won like we did today, then we would be number 3 overall. But that's not the issue. The issue is set in stone. We are the number one overall pick. Raider Paul, what up? Armando, what's up, man? Raiders for life. Let's go. Alex, what's up, bro? Hopefully you're having a good one. Happy New Year's to everybody once again. Hopefully you guys had a good New Year's. Yes, we do have the number one pick, even if we beat the Chiefs. Yeah. Hell yeah, fuck the Queefs. I knew we won. Just didn't know if we had the pick. Thank you, yeah. Yes, sir, we sure do. Who else in the building? Pena, what's up, bro? Salute, man. Hopefully you're having a good one, man. Jonathan 7, on time. Get the fuck. Yeah, bro. Yeah. I'm it's just me right now, but we're gonna just get through it and stuff like that. Mendoza and some online to help. Yeah, bro. There's a lot of stuff to come through this year. Lord, what's up, bro? Yeah, it's been a minute, bro. It was hard, bro. It was hard to sit back and just kind of watch this shit show of the team, because I mean, basically the offensive line. Shout out Genty, man. I don't think he hit the 1,000-yard mark, But for one of the running backs to be hit most in the backfield and still come up with close to 1,000 yards, bro, shout out to him, bro. The future is looking really, really bright. But yeah, it has been a minute. Guerrero, what's up, my dog? What's up, bro? Shout out to Guerrero. 1-0 this week. Let's go. Hold on real quick. Let me shut this off. Okay, gotta mute my phone real quick. 60-yard kick just to finish watching the highlights. Yeah. That fucking kick, man. Carlson finally came through. I'll be in Bakersfield low. Going. The goal is, depending on what happens, bro. There's a lot of stuff going on personally, but the goal is to be there, bro. Like anything that's coming up this year, I already know what games I'm going to. I'm going to Arizona for sure, LA for sure, and also I'm going to the Seahawks game. Me and my best friend, he's a Seahawks fan. So if you see me with a Seahawks fan, you know that's my dude, man. We're gonna be out there in Vegas because it's gonna be a home game, whenever it is. I'll probably when I go to Vegas, I'll probably be there for a couple of days too, and same thing in AZ. So all right, getting through everybody. COD mob. Our opinion. Just retire Pete Carroll. Take your kids with you and go and Gina Smith. Dude, yeah. We're gonna get it to that one right there. That's a big one right there. Junkies, what's up, bro? Salute you, man. I haven't heard from you guys in a long while. I haven't been on. So what up, Lo? Olive Raider Nation, Sicko. Like said, like Psycho, my friends, it's all good. I'm dyslexic as fuck. Don't even trip, bro. Cool Kev, what up? Low picked a good time to skip the season. Fuck yeah, bro. Kev, man, I couldn't do it without my boys, man. And you know, I don't want Gravy to get another heart attack. And Gabe was like, you know, what the fuck are we gonna talk about? Just how bad we are. Yeah, we're cool, man. But we're gonna be coming back very, very shortly throughout the season. Sprinkled here and there, you know what I mean? Shout out who everyone's showing love to each other. Paul, I just answered that. He needed 25 more yards. Fuck, dude. That would have been dope. But you know, with the bad offensive line, yeah. Ali, see you there for sure. But yeah, Bakersfield, I'll be there for sure. That's what's up, bro. Shit. Loco, what's up, bro? Salute, man. Tyree Wilson, all of a sudden, yep. I think he should get player comeback of the year. Shout out Gravy for that one. Yeah, that's another guy that's got to go. Raider Nation summer kickoff party. Yep, I definitely will be there. But I'm gonna go back to right here. Pena, shout out Pena, bro. Pena's been sending me stuff too, man. Appreciate you, brother. During the off season, not the off season. It felt like the off season, but no. There's a lot of buzz around. You know, while you hear it on the internet, whatever, whatnot, whether it be Twitter, IG, whatever, whatnot, that Pete Carroll's one and done. Even some of the analysts from ESPN, all these different places, they're saying also that he's done. Pete Carroll, to me, brother, I felt like it felt like a safe pick, right? But in one of the last shows that we had did, I was really in the point to where it's like I would have actually rather seen, if we were going to get this kind of, you know, results, I would have rather seen Antonio Pearson. And Gravy was telling me no, but I mean, you know, we all have our opinions. I'm not going back on Gravy's opinion, but yet at the same time, Pete Carroll, he has to be one and done. You know, it's sad that he has to end on this note, but with everything that's going on and moving forward with the Raiders and with the number 1 overall pick, you know, and everybody knows it's going to be Mendoza, I think personally, bro, it's going to be time for him just to move on. Now, the bad thing about it, even though it don't affect our books, we are going to be paying coaches. I think this is going to be one coach is going to be out. I haven't really looked at the numbers, but I know that we're paying Gruden. I know that we're paying Josh McDaniels. And I know that we're going to end up having to pay Pete Carroll. Unless they work something out. I don't know how that works on the business side of it, to be honest with you, but I know it doesn't hurt our cap. So the coaches coming in, I don't know if they're going to have to take like a cut or whatever or not, but one of the biggest things that I've seen, shout out Sportsmain, man. Sportsmain said that, I guess Mike, somebody stated that right now The Raiders are getting ready to usher out Pete Carroll. We're gonna move on from him. That's what reports are saying. But once we move on from him, the next people that they're talking about is bringing Flores in and Daboll. Now, Daboll, like, I know a lot of people don't like, have a lot of bad things to say about him, but if you really look at it, and so same thing with Flores. I'm gonna start with Daboll. Daboll, if I'm even pronouncing that shit right, I think Daboll is a good motivator, good offensive coordinator. I think with a young, talented guy, I think he can really, really do something. But the combination of him and Flores being the head coach and Daboll being just the offensive coordinator, I think it's going to be the fact that, like, Daboll is going to be the Josh McDaniels effect, to where Josh McDaniels is better at that. I think when Flores left Miami, it was more of the higher ups were basically like not really giving him the freedom to do what he wanted to do. He inherited a couple players that he really didn't want. They didn't like exactly the way he wanted, the direction that he wanted to go, and he pretty much got fucking pushed out. So that's me too. But yeah, there's a lot of different guys that are going to be on the roster that are going to be, like, as far as coaches are concerned, that are going to be ready to be moving into the slot. I don't want to go recycled. I don't want to go old. I want to go somebody, Now, this is what everybody's got to really understand. Once we bring in Mendoza, once we bring in this new coach, once we bring in everything, bro, it's going to be a process. But you see a lot of other coaches change some shit. Ben Johnson did it with Caleb Williams. They didn't really do shit today, but Caleb Williams, a lot of people didn't like. But watching that team and the way they play and how they were built, you're going to need that solid leader. You know what I mean? I think some of these guys like a Clint Kubiak, also Flores, me personally, I like Flores. I think those guys moving in with the young guys and doing all that stuff, I think this is going to be, I hope that it's going to move. We're going to move forward and we're going to actually, like, get some shit really, really done, bro. Battle of the Bums is finally over this season. Shout out Circus. What up? Shit. Like I said, I can see us keeping Pete, but if Gino's still here, oh yeah, Gino got to go. Gino's the first motherfucker out the door, bro. Gone. I'm good. Dayball, meatball salesman. Just keep Mike G busy. Hold on, real quick. My lawyer, happy New Year, brother. Sign Bosa, Mac to keep Tal Crosby. That's another thing I want to talk about right now too. Gino has an $8 million, $18 million guaranteed. I don't know how that works. I haven't really looked at it. I haven't been in the depths of everything like we have been in the past. I really haven't. So, moving forward, I'll look a little bit more into it, and when we do the next show, I'll actually get more deep into that and get all the numbers up and stuff like that. Jonathan Seventh Studios. 2 assholes rub everyone in the organization the wrong way and got fired from their last head coaching job. Don't think Tom is going to go for it. I got you. I mean, I hear that, Jonathan, but I kind of think you need to be an asshole to run certain organizations. Look at some of the classic guys. Andy Reid don't take no shit. Thompson don't take no shit. There's a lot of different coaches that need to have that certain boundaries, bro, that you got to set. Like, nah, fuck that. This is what I'm going to do. And I see that in those kind of coaches. You know what I mean? If you bring a Clint Kubiak and bring Flores as a defensive coordinator and Daboll as an offensive coordinator, that's fine. But you need to find a leader that's going to be able to keep certain coaches at bay and certain things. So it's like the communication aspect of it, I really don't know. I'll look more into it. So I'll have a better, basically a better rebuttal to see exactly what happened. I just know that everywhere that they go, they're stars. They're effective. And for these guys to come in to be effective and actually change an organization, and that goes with a little bit of pushback. Tom Brady is an asshole. On and on, not as a person, but when he's on the field, bro, he don't give a shit. He'll cuss you out. He'll do that. But you get within those lines, bro, everything's off the fucking table. Now, if you turn around and see that they were arguing with certain people because they wanted to do certain things, even there was a when Dable was coach of the shit. When the I think it was the fuck, who was it? I think it was the general manager that his son said, if you get rid of, what's the name, Saquon Barkley, he goes, I'll disown you and stuff like that. So what we've seen this year, Pete Carroll wanted to have control of everything and said, I want these guys. A lot of these guys have 1-year deals. A lot of these guys are older. Look at Jermaine Pratt. Jermaine Pratt came in and nobody really wanted him, but then yet he was in the backfield of almost every single play and making a lot of tackles. And I believe he's the leading tackler of the Colts. But Daniel Jones went down, so obviously the offense couldn't get rolling. But Pratt was one of the biggest fucking guys on that defense, and he walked from us. He's seen the writing on the wall. So if we get a head coach in here that's saying fucking no, and our general manager with Spytech, if he turns around, and there's even reports coming out that Spytech was saying that, like, hey, these are some of the guys that I wanted. This is something that I wanted to do, but Pete was like, nope, I'm going to go bring these guys. So this is a whole rebuild no matter what. With the rebuild coming up and stuff like that, sometimes you need those assholes to be sitting there saying, no, this is the way we should go. This is the vision that I see, and we're either all in or not. Not to where it's like Spytech really didn't. I feel like Spytech really didn't get a chance to. I think they had the training wheels on them, because the simple fact is you get a seasoned coach like Pete Carroll that, I know these guys. I know this is what I know and whatever or not. But obviously that didn't work. So sometimes you got to kind of like take a step back and be like, all right, let me take the training wheels off. Let me let you go. Get the guys that you feel that you need to actually be on the field that's going to fit with the attitude, the coaching style, and all that stuff. Pete Carroll brought a lot of old baggage, bro. A lot of guys that didn't do too well. White had, things here and there. Jamal Adams, was playing out of place, and I'm tired of this shit. I don't want the coaching staff to come in and bring all these players and give them 1-year deals and this, that, and the third. Look at what Porter did. Porter was like, everyone was like, yeah, Porter. And then he didn't even come out. And then when he did come out, he actually fucking did really, really well. And then they waited until the end of the fucking season to get him in there to get some playing time. So for stuff like that, to me, it just seemed like they weren't on the same page. So if these two assholes come in and they start doing whatever they got to do to build a good team, I'm with it. But I do understand what you're saying. Let me get to some of the chat real quick. Hold on. All right. I just hope we can get an OC that plays chess, not fucking checkers. Yeah. Speak about it. Lowe's taking a sabbatical from the Raiders to take care of his tortas. You already know, bro. That was torta duty. Alfredo, what's up, bro? I'll pay Gino $20 million a league. Hell yeah, girl. Somebody get David Emerson on the phone again. I'll take him to take Gino again. You ain't lying, bro. Andy Reid is hilarious. He relates to everybody. McVay is a motivator, tries to get all of his coaches promoted. Tomlinson is a life coach motivator for all of his players. Okay. Yeah. I still got to look into everything, you know what I mean? And I might not know a lot, bro, but yeah, like Guerrero knows we got to fire Deuce Gruden. That's the whole reason. But yeah, but anyways, man, hopefully everybody's having fucking, a good start to their year, bro. I want to get in on talking about Max Crosby. There's reports that Jets are looking at him, all these different things that are moving forward. I want you guys to tell me how you guys felt about, the whole thing about Crosby getting basically benched. I personally didn't like it. I understand. I understand that if he needed to, get surgery and it was like evident and stuff like that, then yeah, I would be down with it. But Crosby being benched just showed a lot of inconsistency by this head coaching staff and everything. I know Graham wasn't happy about it. The one thing that I did like, initially when everything had happened, he walked out of the building. When he walked out of the building, everyone was like, oh, that's it. He was pissed off. Well, yeah, he's a competitor. He's pissed off. he wasn't as effective as he could be. The defensive tackles with like Butler and Booker and all that stuff, they really didn't actually like do anything. They didn't push forward. Like they didn't, give him some chances to actually like shine. You know what I mean? Because it's a team sport. We need in any kind of game, whether it's business or anything like that, it's a team sport. Everybody needs to be effective one way or another. Now, see, Garrett got his 23 sacks and all that good stuff, whatever or not. But I know for a fact that them benching, Crosby wasn't his decision. And I think they kind of just, fictitiously try to say that he had some knee injuries or whatever or not. I know for a fact that he's probably banged up, just like every player on that field. You know what I mean? And that they're playing through a bunch of stuff. So if they decided to do that, I was really, really like shook that they were actually gonna take, like they were gonna trade him. But when I seen him on the sideline, seeing that he's gonna do another podcast, seeing all this stuff and to talk about it, I know for a fact that he's not going nowhere. I think it'll be the height of stupidity to get rid of the face of the Raiders. Slowly when Derek Carr got pushed out and whatever whatnot, and he was going through it, they were already ushering in, Max Crosby to be the face of the Raiders. Now, bottom line is now that we're possibly going to have an offense, with Mendoza coming forward, you know what I'm saying? The Raiders can still do some dumb shit. But I don't see them doing it. I think we all fucking know that Mendoza has to become a Raider. It's like I won't say written in the stars or anything like that, but it's like a perfect setup. You can't fuck this up. Like, you know what I mean? But Raiders have been known to fuck some shit up. Now, I know Mendoza has two more games left. I know he's going against Dante Moore. And at one point I was telling the boys while we're playing Call of Duty and in our group chat, I was like, I didn't want Mendoza. There's a couple of out there that are looking at some stats that when he was playing like higher ranked teams, he had 6 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. His completion percentage was really, really low. But I know that he had some injuries around him or whatever or not, but he couldn't get going. But overall, like this last game, and I know everybody was watching it, you know what I mean? He tore it up. He put some numbers up. He played good. He did his thing. And Moore didn't do nothing. The only reason why the Oregon Ducks were actually even in the game was because the simple fact is that they have a great defense. Now, I'm not saying that he can't be anything good or anything like that, but I'm kind of sold on Mendoza. I was talking a lot of shit to my boys, but I think Mendoza is going to be the dude. Pete took a rhino before his meeting last night. Shit. Fire Pete's son, dude straight. Hey, man, I know everybody's seen it, but when he had that interview, he was all fucking, like he was on one. He was spinning, his eyes were spinning in the back of his head. Like he didn't know what the fuck was going on. That shit was crazy. Circus Raider, at this point, I'm open to trading Max. I don't want to do it, but we're not winning, and we have too many holes that we can't fix in the draft alone. That's a good fucking point, bro. That is really, really good. That's a good point. But I see the logic, but I don't see that being good overall for the morale of the team. Now, if Crosby sees, well, everybody sees it. Stevie Wonder could see that we're in a fucking rebuild. So with that being said, I the best way for us to continue to move forward is we don't got to pay Max that much this year. Moving forward, if anybody else will pick up the contract, it's not going to be a lot of money off our books. We're bringing in somebody new. We're going to come up with a different kind of defense. There's a lot of guys in Minnesota if, say, Flores were to come over, there's a lot of different guys that are going to be free agents this year. There's a ton of defensive players. But it's like we got to make the right moves. We got to do some. One thing that Gravy was really, really complaining about was that there wasn't a lot of, draft trades made. There wasn't a lot of players brought in. There were these one-year players that were a little bit older, a little bit, injury prone, stuff like that. A lot of these different players, man, that we got on the defensive side of the ball, it didn't mesh well. We had 5 linebackers that all do the same shit. None of them can cover. And then obviously it was evident throughout the whole season that the middle of the field was always open. Our safeties were pretty bad. Palomar was doing pretty good. He recently got injured. Look, I think it was a collar. He was holding his arm, but I think it was his collarbone. I didn't see the reports or anything like that. But yeah, so the whole thing with Crosby for me, even if we turn around and get rid of Crosby, there's still injuries. There's still all kinds of different things that could possibly happen. There is a strong possibility that we can build up this defense, get another maybe a slot corner, another corner, because Stokes didn't do too bad. He was pretty healthy. I think he's on a 2-year contract, so we got another year with him. We only got, I believe, 7 picks in the draft. I could be wrong. Like I said, man, little out of it because I haven't really been paying attention. Next couple shows, I'll have all the stats for you that we need to keep looking, to get ready to move forward and look. So with all these different things that are actually going to happen moving forward, I think there's a plus and a negative. There's pros and cons. And either way, we got 10 picks. Shout out Alex. Either way, if we do that, I don't think we're going to get number 1 picks right now for this year. If we can't pull it off and we do it, I want him to go to the NFC to where we're not going to see him for at least 8 years or 4 years, whatever we're not. So, but yeah. Shout out to everyone. Max ain't going nowhere. Shout out Alex. I would love to see Max play, but if he needs surgery in the game, there's really no mini. Yeah, no, I agree with you. That's a good one. Myra, what up? What up? Happy New Year's. Hopefully you're good. Hopefully you're good. Said, do you think Pete Carroll will come back as a head coach? Do you think we go? I want to go somewhere else. I'm over it. I'm over the Pete Carroll thing. It's just bad. I'd rather go 2-3 years with a coach that, that's going to grow with Mendoza. You know what I mean? I don't see us. I don't even want to say, let the season end and then let everything end through college and, the college playoffs and everything, and we'll go from there. Menace, what up, bro? Salute to you, bro. Have a good show. See you summer kickoff. Hey, man, let's do it, bro. We can fix a lot this offseason next year, too. Yeah, I agree. We've been rebuilding since 2002. Hey, Circus. We've been rebuilding since 2002, and that was a year I think we got fucking what's the name. So, now, was it 2002? No. Yeah, it was 2002. No, it wasn't. Oh, yeah, we have been rebuilding. Raider Knight, what's up? Now it's coaches' dream to come here, pick their quarterback. Yep, have a cap mill of 120. Yeah. Brown have 6, 12, and 39. Send that moving truck to. Damn, he wants to send him to Cleveland. Fuck, with Shador. He won't do nothing, man. We need a middle linebacker. Yeah, we do. Definitely do that. Don't trade Max. What the hell is wrong with you? Our team always wants to trade away one of the best players. Damn. Last time we did that, we did Khalil Mack. Yeah, and look at Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs one day, he did pretty good. So they got injured toward a little bit later on in the season. But, man, yeah. So, Castro, what's up, bro? Our offensive linemen should be picking up in free agent market. Yes, definitely. What's the name that came in and played guard, played really, really well. Then you do need a left tackle, a right tackle for sure, and then a left tackle after that. We're officially playing in New Orleans again this year. Let's fucking go. Fuck. I can't do that one. In the press conference, Pete said he's not coming back. Shut the fuck up, for real? Oh, shit. Says the only way I'd be okay with Pete Carroll coming back is if Brendan is demoted or gone. Nah. He ain't gonna be here, Laura Rashidas. We did JJ dirty, yeah. Needs gravy and Gabe in his live stream. Damn. Yeah, I know. We do. That's why I work with my boys, man. But they're busy. I think, like Gabe said, he's doing some stuff with his family, and then same thing with gravy and stuff like that. So you're gonna be seeing a little bit more of us here pretty soon. Well. With that being said, I'm going to get out of here, man, because it's kind of hard just to do this shit all by myself. And I really don't got a lot of numbers in front of me. I know we're going to see a lot more moving forward. I just wanted to get on here real quick and address you guys, man. We will be back for the off season. Um, and we'll have the show a little bit better. There's going to be a lot of different things that we're going to be looking forward to, man. Like college football coming up this week, man. You guys go support Mendoza because he is going to be our quarterback regardless. Um, but yeah, man, season's over, man. Finally, 9 years over. We don't have to stress about anything no more. It's a wrap. We're good to go, man. It's going to be a great off season. Yeah. Shout out Alex. I was going to say that shit. but yeah, thank you guys, man, for sticking around and supporting the team. It's been ugly. But it's just football, man, and it's our team. I'm not just football, but it's the way of life. It's the way we, kind of congregate, get together, have a good time. You know what I mean, and bad times. But yeah, man, it's a new year, brother, and got a lot of work to do this year, and we will be here, man. And so appreciate you guys. I know the guys do as well, but we will talk to you guys soon, man. You guys have a good one. Like we always tell you guys around these parts, be thankful for what you do got, what you don't. Don't drink and drive. And man, let's get it with the Raiders, with their own fucking personal shit going on this year, man. Let's get it. And yeah, man, we'll talk to you soon, man. On three, like we always end this motherfucker. On three, ready? 1, 2, 3. Raiders. All right, man. See you guys later. Peace.